Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 114. Available now. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, bro? So I just watched Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the 5th movie in the Indiana Jones franchise, the first movie in 15 years. It stars Harrison Ford, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen, Antonio Banderas, Thomas Kretschmann, Toby Jones. It's directed by James Mangold. He's directed Copland, Girl Interrupted, Identity, Walk the Line, 3:10 to Yuma, Night and Day, The Wolverine, Logan, Ford versus Ferrari. I want to give y'all like as generic as of a plot description as I can. So there is, buried treasure, some would say. Indiana Jones is trying to recover this item before the bad guys. The bad guys have evil plans. Indiana Jones is trying to prevent that. It goes deeper than that. Like, the first 3 movies in this franchise, iconic. If they just would have stopped at 3, one of the best trilogies of all time. We got Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the Legacy sequel, which is not bad. There are some people that like to bash this like it's like, I don't know, Scary Movie 5 or Date Movie. One of those like parody, spoof, trash. It's not. Like, it's handled with care, bro. Like, Steven Spielberg did not put out a cash grab Indiana Jones movie. But like, this movie's a mixed bag for me. It's good. I enjoyed it. But like, first off, like, this is how movie nerdy I know that I am. The first 4 movies have that glorious, beautiful, amazing Paramount logo fade in. This one doesn't. This one kind of attempts something similar. And it was just like okay, this just isn't the same thing. The introduction, the first like 20 minutes is super exciting. We learn about supporting characters. We learn about the artifact. We learn about the historical thing that drives this movie. And that was interesting. I want to say the de-aging looked good, but there was also like one shot of Harrison Ford that it was just like, dude, that looks like a computer. Like, it didn't look bad, it just looked like a computer. But then again, like, I didn't bash any of the CGI for the Flash. I don't know. It sounds weird, but Harrison Ford looked like he did Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade, but he sounded like Dial of Destiny 80-year-old Harrison Ford when he was looking that young. Yeah, like everything, there's a running theme with the villains in this franchise. And then we get to modern times. Like, every Indiana Jones movie takes place. Every Indiana Jones movie is a period piece in one way or another. Harrison Ford just is this character. He's great as Indiana Jones. But I feel like Phoebe Waller-Bridge was the highlight of this movie. Her motivations aren't necessarily on the same course as Indy's. But she was great. She was entertaining. Like, I was rooting for her as much as I was rooting for him. It's like, I enjoyed the action because the chase scenes were really fun. So whether, like, I'm sure Harrison Ford himself didn't exert himself a lot, but visually, like, on the screen, it looked like Indiana Jones was old as hell doing like a lot of dangerous shit. So that was fun. Like, Mads Mikkelsen plays the primary antagonist, and Mads Mikkelsen is dope practically in everything he's in. But like we talk about actors collecting like franchise Infinity Stones or whatever the hell. Dude has been in a James Bond movie, in a Marvel movie, in a Star Wars movie, in a Harry Potter movie, and now he's in Indiana Jones. Like, Mads Mikkelsen might have filled the franchise Infinity Gauntlet if we're keeping it funky. He feels like he's right. His motivations are understandable. The investigative aspects and kind of like the detective side of like it's like you're following a treasure map. Like, he's an archaeologist. You follow the clues, you find the secret passages, trapdoors, whatever to the next thing, and that always hooks me. Like that's always like my favorite part of this franchise. That you accidentally press something on a wall and it's either a trap or it either helps you out. If there's anything to complain about, like, as much as people might not like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, that feels like a Steven Spielberg movie. Like, there's fun in this movie. There's adventure in this movie. It feels Indiana Jones. It just doesn't feel Steven Spielberg. As much as I love James Mangold, like, James Mangold to me is probably one of the most underappreciated directors over the past 25 years. He has so many bangers that I feel like not enough people talk about. And like his take on Indiana Jones is good, is enjoyable. It just isn't Steven Spielberg. And it's just like, you can't ask a guy to replicate what one of the greatest directors of all time has done. It's not a knock, it's just something that you notice, that it's hard not to see, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, while this is a good movie, and any fan of the franchise should go see this movie, I will say that, in my opinion, Indiana Jones and a Dial of Destiny is almost dope. It was holding that 4 out of 5 for a long time, and then like somewhere in the second half, I just, like, it's kind of losing me, and it's like I want to complain about like the last like 20 minutes, but then it's like, if you think about it, it's perfectly understandable. But I also feel like within those last 10 minutes, the writing may have been starting to kind of like sabotage the Indiana Jones character. So that's where I'm gonna take that half star away. Have you seen Indiana Jones and a Dial of Destiny, man? What you think about it? Positive, negative, somewhere in between, let me know. I recently put up reviews for No Hard Feelings, for The Flash, Elemental. Next weekend, I want to watch and review Joyride. The weekend after that, which it's a Wednesday release, but I can't see it until Friday, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Be on the lookout for all of that, man. Rec League Podcast, we did a Flash spoiler discussion. Check all of that out, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.